Hey there guys, I'm doing some simple stamping today. Now simple stamping is one of those things that means really we're just using a few basic supplies, and the good thing about it is you don't need any special tools to get started. All you need is some stamps, some ink and some paper. So I've decided today I'm going to be stamping on our note cards. As you can see, these are much smaller than your average card, but they would make a great gift. So you could bundle a few of these together, tie them up with a beautiful ribbon, and you've got a perfect gift. And they're so quick and easy to do. So let me give you a couple of tips. So if you don't have any product, this is a great way to get started. The most important thing really is your choice of stamp set, and this set, particularly Beautiful Friendship, is one of my favorites for this type of stamping. So you can use any stamps that go together really well to create a big image. For example, any of our seam building stamps, we've got a few that I can think of. I might even list them in the description below, just a few that are my favorite for this kind of thing. But for this, I'm not even going to use my trimmer. I'm not even going to cut a piece of cardstock. I'm just going to use our Whisper White note cards and envelopes. And these come in a pack of 20, and you get 20 envelopes as well. I'm going to do 2 different cards. They also come pre-scored, so they're all scored and ready to go. I'm just going to use a tool to flatten down my edge, but you could really do that with a whole bunch of different things. I just like it to sit nice and flat. Okay, I'm going to do the first one. This is like a hydrangea, or it reminds me of a hydrangea, and for this I'm using a couple of different colors. You could just use 2 colors, but I'm going to use 3 because I'll like to get a little bit more of an effect. The color I'm using first is Highland Heather, and you'll see how quick and easy this is to do. So I'm just going to stamp straight down, just like that. And the nice thing about these stamps is that they create like a dark and a light kind of a thing going on here. So with only one color, you get different kind of grades of color going on in your focal point, which is lovely. And do the same thing up here, and maybe just another one over here. So now I've got the bottom corner and the top left hand corner done. And then I'm going to use, we've got 2 little leaf stamps in this same set. So that's this one and this one. I've just used this this one reminds me of a hydrangea, which is why I'm doing it in these colors. And I'm just going to use a green. This green I'm using is called Pear Pizazz. So the 2 leaves, I've got one with 3 leaves on it, and I've got one with 2 leaves on it. And they're both really nice. So I'm going to pop this one on here. And without re-inking, I'm going to do a second one over the edge there. And that way it's almost like having 2 different greens, because the first one, the ink was darker, and the second one, of course, the ink is lighter. So then I'm going to get my 2 leaves, and I'm going to do that again, just like that. I might add a little bit up here and here. And then, of course, I'd like to have a greeting, and from the same step, I'm making a birthday card. So this one here says, birthdays are the best days. There's some really nice sentiments in this set. And I'm going to use a slightly darker purple. This one is called Gorgeous Grape. So I'm going to list the names of the colours on the screen for you so that you can see the different colours that I've used. So there's that simple little card. That's how easy it is to do. And as you can see, here's a couple I prepared earlier. I could make a whole bunch of these, bundle them together with a pretty ribbon, and that would make a beautiful gift. How easy. Really quick and simple. So let's do one more. So I've got a second note card here. I'm going to fold it on the score line again, and just fold over that edge to make it nice and flat. That tool is called a bone folder. Not absolutely necessary to have when you're starting out with stamping, but they're nice to have. Okay, I'm using the roses from the set this time. I'm going with that same light purple that I used previously, and I'm just going to pop it sort of here over this corner. And you'll see this is another stamp that does like dark and light together. Okay, then I'm going to use another rose, and this time I'm going to bring in a yellow. This yellow colour is called So Saffron. I'm sorry, my bird has decided this would be a good time to sing out and make some noise. But that's alright if no one minds listening to him. So I'm just going to add a couple of roses on there like that. And then I've got this other colour here called Coastal Cabana. I'm going to use my stamps these two here, you can see, hopefully, the two flowers are on a stem, but I don't want the stems to come out, so I'm just going to put the ink on the flowers and avoid the stems. I'm being a little bit careful with how I ink that up, because I just want my flowers to pop out here at the top without the stems going over the other flower. Just like that. And then I've also got a sprig here of what looks like maybe lavender or possibly stocks, maybe. And I'm going to use the darker purple, the Gorgeous Grape. And I'd like this one to come up from here. And without re-inking, to make it a lighter colour, I'm just going to do it again. Change the angle a little bit, so I've got two here. And ink it up again. And maybe just add another little bit in here. Just like that. And lastly, I'm going to go in and add some green. So I'm going back to the Pear Pizazz again. And I'm going to add a couple more leaves. There we go. That might be enough. Oh no, I might do one more down here in the corner. There we go, just like that. And finally, of course, we're going to need a greeting. So we're going to go with our darker Gorgeous Grape again. And I'm going to bring this in and add birthdays are the best days. And once again, that would be a lovely little set of cards to bundle up with a ribbon and give as a gift. Just beautiful. So these are fantastic. If you're looking at getting started with stamping, get a stamp set that the images all work together. If you need advice on which one's the best, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator can help you with that. That's what we do. But I think you're really going to love the simple joy of simple stamping, because you can get so many beautiful effects. Enjoy, guys. Bye.